Something is equal. Hyungjo Sancho Rinpoche Mahi Panam Hijurji Jiba Nyamba Me Paton Koni Konde Perwa Shos. Good morning. I hope you sleep well and also studied Mandala offering well. And we are studied specific topic, how to do accumulation merit, according to Dzogchen Ranyak Preliminary practice, and commentary of that by the Patrul Rinpoche, the word of my perfect teacher, and also there are different type of how to do accumulation merit, but this explanation is quite simple, easy, effective, and like everybody is using it. And also this one is very much successful. And also this time is we understood that we need to do the accumulation merit positive, and also in order to do the accumulation merit, we need we need the notion of how to do, and of course it is very important to do the accumulation merit, but also correctly to do is more important. And therefore we are studying. And here is the how to do the Mandala offerings. It's more connected to the mentally and physically, a little bit effort, and also material levels we don't much need it, like kind of the some symbolics, and the symbolic of the universal and the symbolics of the what we are offering. This is like kind of symbolic. We are using substance, and that we are create or generate some immaculate, like kind of good things. And if we mentally to offer this kind of imaginations, and also according the teachings, according to your motivation, according the devotions, according the blessing of the lineage traditions. And we are making the tremendous accumulation merit, and therefore we are follow up and to study how to correctly to do it. And yesterday we said that at no stage of the path should you stop trying to perform practice for accumulation merit, such as the Mandala offerings. When we be in the path of the liberation, and liberation path, it's a profound, very nice name of the liberation. But we don't work with this path, automatically it's difficult to bring us in the state of the permanent happiness or the enlightenment. And therefore, when we are enter into the path of the liberation, then is liberation means the liberation which thinks to make the liberate our mind or the body speech. And really in the path of the liberations actually is the path of the accumulations merit, and accumulating virtues like Mandala offerings. Merit is like kind of the virtue, positive. And this one bring us step by step. We can go sequentially by path to path by path, step by step. And therefore, in the Bodhisattvas level, there are different paths, 5, bhumis, 10. All there are the depends the how we do the accumulation merit. We do accumulation merit physically, verbally, or mentally. Stronger and stronger, profound and deeply, and then in purification of the minds, deep and profound. And then there are some levers and bhumis then is coming. And therefore, I don't need this or kill. Sorry. If you want to clearly mind or wisdom mind, nirvana's mind, we need accumulation merit. And generally, we have samsaric mind. Samsaric mind comes from the accumulation of disturbing negative things. And samsaric or the nirvana's mind is come from merit, virtue. These two mind, samsaric mind, and nirvana, we say mind, without cause, impossible. Then may you think the nature of the realities, it's you call the nature, it is not comes from the cause and condition. And that point of view, why we need to talking about the cause and conditions or something. That is the truth. But until we do not realize that, and we are need to follow the inevitable of the causalities, no choice. And also, when we are truly to understand the nature of realities, nature of reality is not fixated. It is the, generally speaking, it says, the universal foundation of the both mind, samsaric mind and nirvana mind. But itself, it is the transcendent of the both. It's not the side of the samsara or the nirvana, but it can produced by it for the true mind, samsaric mind and nirvana's mind. But in the essence, nature, its point of view, there's not exist these two dualistic kind of the distinctions. Therefore, says, nature of realities, unborn, uncease, go beyond any dimension or color or partiality or something side. Inconceivable, untalkable, but can arise all the phenomena of the samsara nirvana from that. Once we understood the sensual mind, then we are not need to concern the power of or the displaying or the movement of the sensual minds. But at the moment we lost the sensual mind, just kind of the involvement of the more movement, and since we are involved the movement of the samsaric minds and not very good, and samsaric mind is confusion, diluted, and the qualities of the diluted confusion is all the times sufferings. And we need to go beyond that or to eliminate our own confusion, diluted. In order to that, we need accumulation, merit. Therefore, he said, never to stop. Need to put effort, perform how to practice Mandala offerings. And in the sutta says, as the Tantra says, Without any merit, there can be no accomplishment. One cannot make oil by pressing sands. That is truth. Without doing the accumulation merit, there is no existence of any accomplishment, temporarily or ultimately. All the accomplishment, siddhis, positive things, comes from the merit in the temporarily or in the ultimately. In the temporarily, to obtain the human existence or God animals or some in the Pure Land, even we obtain the human existence to have good human body, like precious human existence. Of course, there's 5 different types of the human existence. Empty hand of the human existence, meaningless human existence, like kind of this sort of, you obtain the human existence, but the human body is not really useful. But these times, some is our past merit, we have siddhi of the human existence. We obtain the human existence. It's wonderful. And under our human existence, endowed 18 human qualities, freedoms, advantages, so on. This is in the temporarily. Even when we obtain the human existence, someone is rich, comfortable, beautiful, handsome, but someone is not that. Depends our situations, absolutely depends our past merit and virtues. In the current situation is good or bad, entirely depends the past our preparations. And right now we need to achieve something. It's very, very difficult. This is the logical. And Guru Rinpoche says, if you want to know on the past, you should look in the present your situation. If you want to know how it's will to be in the future for you, you look at the present your actions. That is the truth. Even we can logically, if you need food right now, like kind of the few minutes, if you haven't got any preparations, impossible to get the few minutes. Maybe you prepared to board your food, everything is in at home, maybe ready you done yesterday, it's just a few minutes you can to do it. Then yes, you can. But you didn't prepare it, impossible. Like these small things. And also here the examples. When we are pressing the scent, never ever come in the olive oil or oil. But if we really to press in the sesame seed, then is the oil can come. Scent, never. This is the example. To hope for any accomplishments without accumulating merit is like trying to get vegetable oil by pressing sand from a river banks. Maybe we be in the river bank, collect 1,000 kilos of the sand. We put hope to say, I want oil from this sand. It's very stupid, yes? Obviously, there's nothing coming. And no matter how many millions of the sand, green, you press, you will never get the tiniest drop of the oil. This is obvious, it's truth. But to seek accomplishment by accumulating merit is like trying to get oil by pressing sesame seeds. Then it's like this. And we collect the sesame seed, we pressing sesame seed, then naturally oil can come. Like this, when we are doing accumulation merit of the sesame seed, and then we can put hope of the happiness oil can come. The more seed you press, you do more accumulation merit, the more oil you will get. Exactly, you do more accumulation merit, then more happiness you will get. That is the truth, realities. And here is saying many reasons, because without telling to us about the reason, our mind is very, very much connect wrong idea, wrong directions. Maybe, I don't know, really. It's my happiness need accumulation merit or not? We have doubt, hesitation. Therefore, he is telling many like kind of the example, logical, and saying like kind of this and that. When we are here like this, how much our mind is approach to the causality, realities. Of course, maybe someone to says, maybe I can do some different accumulation merit, not necessarily to do the Mandala offerings. It's the truth. If we do some positive things, of course, in the word of my perfect teacher says, in the Buddha's teaching, many different texts says, even you call the positive, you should to analyze the sound of the positive, the word or the saying the positive. Maybe if you do not analyze, probably is not positive. For instance, someone is killing, stealing, doing sexual misconduct. To this person say, I'm all the time doing positive things. Maybe this is for his or her belief it is positive. But in the Buddha's perspective, or the Buddhist perspective, or the Buddha's teachings point of view, it's not positive. If you are hurting or disturbing to the other sentient beings, included yourself, torture, make sufferings, 100% it is negative. But if you are make happy, comfortable, benefit, cheerful to other or yourself, it is a virtue. Obviously. And this we need to check out. If you hurting, harming, torturing, make uncomfortable to others, may someone think it is the virtue, but that misunderstanding. If someone's doing same what you doing to you, maybe you cannot bear. Even someone says, I need to do virtue, for that I need to kill you. Can you accept? I don't think so. Maybe I need to do virtue things. I want to torture you. Can you accept? You say, no, maybe you do other way to do virtue, not with me. If you do like kind of the disturb, torture, or make sufferings, maybe you get some virtue, but I am suffering. In the Buddhist viewpoint, whoever to sentient beings make suffered, some actions make suffering to others. That is the negative, evil, opposite of the positive. If some actions to make happy, joyful, and that is we call the positive, merit, virtue. That we need to know about that. And if like this, maybe someone's really to know about the virtues, like 10 positive actions, you completely to do the 10 positive action and to stop the 10 negative actions. Of course, fantastic, maybe best accumulation merit, maybe fantastic Mandala offerings. And top of that, maybe you understand nature realities, like same as the DHARMAKAYA, Sambhogakaya's Mandala offerings. Through the mentally, you do some positive things, make happy to other, and also yourself. And you not necessarily to put this Namanikaya Mandala effort. And you are really, it's like the best pressing the sesame, best sesame seed you pressed, which is the view of the DHARMAKAYA, Sambhogakayas. Body, verb, mind is totally virtuous, and day and night, sitting or working, talking and silent, all the times you're doing Mandala offerings. And this kind of maybe advantage in mind, probably you have this already, but to just mention to you. And even a single seed crushed on your fingernail will make the whole nail oily. It is truth. Sesame seed is like this. If you are to do the smallest accumulation merit, how much sometimes the result of the happy accomplishment. And there is another similar saying, hoping for accomplishment without accumulating merit is lack. Trying to make butter by churning water seeking, accomplishment, effort accumulating merit is lack. Making butter by churning milks. This is also true kind of the example, milk and the water. And butter. And butter is the enlightened or the accomplishment. It's a siddhi. Like hardcore, sensual, delicious. And we need it. But when we need the butter is not comes from any kind of the liquid, water or mud or any others, only the milks. Of course, if some stupid persons to put the hope, I want accomplishment butter, then maybe I want to churning water. That is the wrong. And thousand millions later, if you churn, never coming butter out. But if you are churn the milk, as much as you have, that much butter can coming out. This is sometimes inconceivable causalities. Some is like kind of areas, maybe you never ever saw, like how its butter comes from the milk. Maybe you ate butter, you know the delicious, and everybody is collecting, but where is butter comes, you don't know. And someone says like, butter is come from milk, but this person is totally don't believe. To bring the milk and the butter together, look, is completely two things. How it is comes from, how it comes. Butter is from the milk. This many make joke in many India's ancient times. They don't believe ice because all the times they living in the hot weather, they said it's like historically water is become ice, like stone, crystals. This is really is amazing. Where? How? They don't believe. Of course, when they go to in the cold land, then water has become ice, then they are surprised. Of course, not these days. These days you have freezers. Like this, it's like the causalities are the very inconceivable, unbelievable things. Until you direct to see, it's difficult to believe. And causalities are the really only the point of view of the omniscient. And it's difficult to understand. But we have, there is some simple, look the sesame seed, look the milk. It's when we saw the milk, see the milk, it's unbelievable, it is butter. When is the milk churning, butter's coming, an amazing, completely transformed something from milk, like this. When we are doing the accumulation merit, inconceivable things, human beings, coming out of the great butter of the Bodhisattvas, Buddhas, and such a kind of benefit, like a butter, Butter is everywhere is good for butter. And like this, it is in the human milk. And then it's to churning the human milk and some butter coming out of the human existence, we call the enlightened ones. Extraordinary is coming, unbelievable. It is the truth. when we're doing the accumulation merit through the meditation of physically a body, and then some human beings are the become extraordinary, unbelievable things. We know that in the ancient masters, some great like enlightened, some of them is like very much criminal at the beginning, completely like kind of ordinary human beings, robber, killer, but certainly they changed. Then they understood their own nature of the butter, and then they churned their own milk of the minds. They succeeded their own accomplishment of the enlightened butter. Then finally, they become the so extraordinary. Thousands, millions follow up, and millions they can to bring into the enlightened beings. It's inconceivable history in Tibet. For instance, Norchu Tome, the author of the 37 practice of the Bodhisattva, the Bodhisattva of the Norchu Tome Rinpoche, when he was in the Norchu areas, in the mountain, in the cave, of course, he is like kind of the churning his mind with the compassion, wisdom, accumulation merit. And then certainly he's become enlightened man. Even these areas, they say the wolves is become the bodhisattvas. They never kill the animals. And sometimes the wolves, wild animals, go to in the front of his cave. They are be together. And inconceivable, remarkable science can occur like this. This through the mind, nothing else. If we do like something like this, surely we will become same as the Buddha Norchu Tome. And the same is ancient times also like Patrul Rinpoche. First, Patrul Rinpoche, the author of this word of my perfect teachers. Many times in the mountain, no like kind of animals disturbing to him, and he is giving his body for the mosquitoes and some insect. Inconceivable way. And like this, and this sort of is really, if we do, it's not complicated. We all the times kind of the follow up our silly mind, like same as me. Oh, I can't do. I am pain. I cannot practice. I don't know. I have some hesitation to do. But you go to do something, some meaningless things, hours. Someone's until come back home on the morning 4 o'clock. Whole night, drink, dancing, and chatting, useless things. In the morning, and yawing, and not got the breakfast. Still is like alive or not alive. They don't know. But would you like to practice Dharma? No. Really, I am tired. I need coffee. That's exactly, I am like this. I'm watching film, and day and night, and in the evening and the morning, exhaust. No recitation, no meditation, useless things, watching, doing things. So diligent, amazing diligent. But in my mind is expecting perfect human being. Also, I am considering I am the really good, so fantastic. But outside, other sentient beings perceived, I don't know. Maybe they perceive me as a silly person. Just I myself thinking I am good. Everybody is like this. Concerning I am the really superiorities, superiors. Superiors or not depends our doing positive or negative. That necessary to think. If you want to ultimate, really accomplishment, we should to do the accumulation merit. There is no doubt that is to attain the ultimate goal, happiness, enlightened one, supreme accomplishment of the Buddhahood. It is also the fruit of completing the two accumulations. That is already we heard in the both. If we want to achieve the twofold of the purity of Buddhahood, in the relative point of view, enlightenment, then we need to do the two accumulations, merit and the wisdoms. Without that, it's almost impossible to achieve this twofold purity of the Buddhahood. And even the temporary happiness is very difficult. We have already discussed the impossibility of attaining the twofold purity of the Buddhahood, yes, was ready, without having completed the accumulation of merit and the wisdoms. Merit, principal cause, wisdom, contributory conditions, we achieve the purity body of Rupakayas. Principal cause of accumulation wisdoms, conditional conditions, producery or the like kind of supporter condition, accumulations merit, we got for the purity of Dharmakaya. Through these two accumulation merits, then we can to achieve the twofold purity of Buddhahood. That is already mentioned in the above. And here is also quotation Lord Nangachuna says, we often recite that. By these positive actions may all beings complete the accumulations of the merit and wisdom and attain the two supreme kayas which come from merit and the wisdoms. That is we often to reciting after we do some positive things or the dharmas. By these positives, current what you are doing the positive. Maybe when we are finished this course, then we says by these positive actions, or you do the Mandala offering actions. When you are stopped, then you need to say by these Mandala offering positive actions, bring or to may all the sentient beings to happiness, or to may all the sentient beings complete the accumulations of the merit and wisdoms. If these positive actions complete the accumulate merit and wisdom for all the sentient beings, then all the sentient beings also achieve the twofold purity of the Buddhahood. Therefore, he said, is attain the two purity kayas, Dharmakaya and the Rupakaya. And Dharmakaya and Rupakaya, when you say like this, Dharmakaya is the essence nature of the realities. The Rupakaya is the more luminosity aspect or the movement, the quality aspect of the Dharmakayas. And also sometimes you say Dharmadhatu and Dharmakayas. And then it's also the essence nature. In the text says the ultimate space. That is Dharmadhatu, but the movement of qualities of the Dharmadhatu is the Dharmakaya. And once, like we are talking about the 5 kayas or the 4 kayas, how it is that comes, they are the different level or they are like endowed one single mind. Principally, there is the 3 kayas: Dharmakaya, Sambhogakaya, and Nirmanikayas. The unification of the Sambhogakaya, Nirmanikaya, as you can to say the Rupakayas. And also the basic ground of the natural reality endowed 3 kayas. And also the movement and discipline of the basic our minds in the path. Each single phenomena, appearances, movement also itself has or endowed with 3 kayas. And also maybe we can to say, when you obtain the bardo of the birth, you should bring path the 3 kayas. And to take the path of the 3 kayas, then your bardo of the birth is become the meaningful. Maybe you will become enlightened during the bardo of the birth. You know, in the bardo instruction saying, when you be in the bardo of the dreams, you should meditate on the luminosities. Of course, when you be in the bardo of the meditations, you are meditating or the taking path on the natural ground. But when we be in the bardo of the birth, like right now, in this moment, how we can to take the 3 kayas into the path? We should to have some notion of the realities. As I said, 3 kayas endowed with the basic ground of your mind, and the qualities 3 kayas of the movement of this basic ground of your mind. But if you understood that basic your ground, your mind, itself has the essence nature, absolute space, it is Dharmakaya, but it is not kind of emptiness. Itself is the heart core, is the luminosities. That is the Sambhogakayas. And this luminosity aspect, unification of the essence and the luminosities, is not a kind of handicaps, very much functionalities, energies. That is the Nirmanakayas. And therefore, your basic foundation of your natural mind, it is unified of the three kayas. But from that, whatever the kind of the movement occur, thoughts, perception, appearances, everything is there kind of permeated this by the grounds. Then each single perception of the inner your the mind thoughts and externally all your perceptions, phenomena, form, sound, smells, everything is, there's no existence without the three kayas. You understand the essential nature of the phenomena. That is the Dharmakaya. Not the kind of nothingness, spontaneously arising function. That is the Sambhogakaya. And also inevitably, correctly, perfectly functions, works, everything. That is the energy or the Nirmanakaya. You understand the crucial, the resuming main point of view of the phenomena, then the supreme kayas are the you already attained. Of course, this kind of the realization is come from merit and the wisdoms. And therefore, by the completely accumulation of merit, which involves concept, you attain the supreme Rupakayas. What I said, maybe you can to memorize. When you are involvement with concept, this is the accumulation merit. This is direct cause. It needs condition. Condition is made by the accumulation wisdoms. A direct cause of the merit, and then it's like you achieve the supreme Rupakaya. And luminosity aspect. And understand too clearly. And understand the essence nature of the luminosity aspect, phenomena. By the completing the accumulation of the wisdom, which is the beyond concept, non-conceptualizations, beyond concepts, enhanced by your perception, appearances, all the phenomena, it can become the direct cause and condition is the merit concept. You attain the supreme Dharmakayas. And therefore, the temporary achievement of the ordinary life are also made possible by accumulate merit. Absolutely, even in our daily, in this life, something positive things all the times come from positives, merits. And therefore, if we really naturally doing the positive, or automatically or really specifically doing. We need to create positive in order to receive some accomplishment. Maybe we can just stop 20 minutes. Okay, we can post 20 minutes because someone's sleeping.